Good evening. Thank you for joining us for the Wednesday, May 13th Veteran Disability and Human Services Commission meeting. I call this meeting to order. Start with a roll call.
Chair Tree,
Here.
Vice Chair Kent Partridge,
Here.
Commissioner Bilczek,
Here.
Commissioner Maxfield,
Here.
Commissioner Fryer,
Here.
Commissioner Wisniewski,
Here.
and Commissioner Manuel.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right. Please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. Current events. Join us for a virtual HOA summit on Wednesday, May 20th from 6 to 8 p.m. The HOA summit is a 2-hour event designed to discuss community resources, housing trends, and expert presentations for homeowners association board members, property management teams, and homeowners alike. Collaborate with other communities, gather valuable information and resources to help us keep Surprise connected. Please visit surpriseaz.gov/HOA Summit for additional event details and to register. This event is presented by the City of Surprise Human Services and Community Vitality Department and the Mulcahy law firm. I apologize for butchering that. PC for more information, please. Email Daisy Vargas at surpriseaz.gov or call 623-222-1612. City of Surprise administrative offices will be closed Monday, May 25th, 2026 due to the Memorial Day holiday. Join us at the St. Mary's Food Bank to assist with sorting and packing food, assisting clients, and packing kids' cafe meals. Volunteer opportunities start at 7:15, 9:45, and noon. Youth ages 12 and over are invited to participate. However, all participants under the age of 16 must be accompanied by an adult. Registration is required through St. Mary's Food Bank. This process will require you to create an account on their website first. For questions about the event or volunteer opportunities, please call Daisy Vargas at 623-222-1612. And we'll start with reports. Allie, you want to start?
Good evening, Chair, Vice Chair, Commissioners. Just report, attended the Vet Fest April 11th, which was pretty awesome. I also attended the Wall That Heals. We had a couple ceremonies in between the Vet Fest and when the wall was built, so it was very humbling and very, very, very proud that it was here in Surprise. Also attended the Mayor's Roundtable on May 6th, and that's my report. Thank you.
I think all of us could have very similar reports tonight. Good evening, Commissioners, Chair, Vice Chair. So I also attended Vet Fest. It was a very great event. I think it's getting bigger and bigger every year. So we should start planning for it now for next year. And then I also went to a couple of events at the Wall That Heals. The nighttime event was very, very neat, very unique with the lights around the wall. That was very cool. It was a great opportunity to have that in Surprise. So I appreciate that. Thanks.
I also attended all of the Wall That Heals events from April 9th through the 12th with many of our other commissioners. I attended the Vet Fest event, which we'll talk about later. April 14th, I also attended the State of the City event for the City of Surprise at the Ball Stadium. The 21st, Commissioner Wisniewski, you were there, right? I think. Chair Tree was there. I think that was for that event as well. And then I attended the Surprise City Lifestyle Influential Woman Celebration held at the West Valley Arts HQ Gallery. That was fabulous. And then May 7th, I attended a Hidden Talent Small Business Hiring event for individuals with developmental disabilities held at Spencer's Place and hosted by Spark City of Surprise. And that concludes my report.
Good evening, Chair, Vice Chair, and all commissioners. Yes, our reports are very similar. So my first night I was able to spend at the wall when it was put up. So I did the overnight shift to volunteer there for the Wall That Heals. That was April 9th and 8th to 9th. April 9th, I did the opening ceremony for the Wall That Heals. April 10th, did the candlelight service for the wall. The 11th, Vet Fest. April 12th, the closing ceremony for the wall. The 13th, volunteered at Teen Challenge. On the 14th, State of the City. On the 15th, tour of the new city building. On the 24th, the Lift Arizona. May 6th, the Mayor's Veterans Roundtable. And also the Vet Fest Advisory Board. And that's it for today. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And so last meeting I missed, I was honored to receive an award from the Dysart Special Education PTSA, so that's why I was not here. Thank you. So since then, I did attend the Disability Roundtable that same day, attended Vet Fest and the daily Wall That Heals events. And I know everybody pretty much is going to have the same sentiments, but I just want to thank everybody who made each and every single one of those events happen, whether it was just any small part you played or big part. We greatly appreciate it, and everything was really well done. So thank you to everybody for that. I completed City Academy. I also toured the construction of the Surprise Resource Center, and I'm really excited to see it further progress and open. It was a lot bigger and much more than I imagined, so I'm really excited and glad I was able to do that. And while there was actually a couple who came up to me at the end and was like, who's on the commission, I heard? So we talked to them a little bit, and they actually were both veterans who had never received any VA services. So right place, right time, and we got them connected with who they needed to be connected to. So I thought that was really great. And then I attended and led a panel at the Maricopa County Exceptional Worker Summit on April 16th. I wanted to go to the Spencer's event, but I got sick. And then recently, just wanted to share that I was invited and approved to join the Phoenix PD's Cross Disability Advisory Board. So I'm excited to see some things that can come from that and hopefully bring some of that to Surprise as well. So that's all I have.
For the record, I didn't attend Vet Fest because I was in the hospital, but Mr. Chairman and Vice Chair and members of the commission, I was able to attend a couple of American Legion meetings and monthly meetings, and the nice thing out of those both meetings is that they enjoyed Vet Fest. So that's a third party comment coming that they were very, quote unquote, satisfied with Vet Fest and the way it went down. I attended the Mayor's Roundtable. And then in speaking with my counselor from the Veterans Administration, he was not aware of the Surprise Resource Center and the resources that are at the center for veterans. And so I'll have new business toward the end of the meeting as we go through that. And then last weekend, I was able to attend the Southwest Veterans Commission or Committee Car Museum and dinner at the Car Museum at 43rd Avenue and Thunderbird on the northwest corner. That place is huge, and you've got to have 100 cars in there, which I was floored, but very nice. And so that's it. Thank you.
So I'm probably going to repeat a lot of the same, but I also attended the Wall, the many events while the Wall was here. It was a great event to have the Wall, and it was really cool to have it here. Also attended Vet Fest, and I am excited when we discuss Vet Fest. It was incredible. We did an absolute phenomenal job, and I'm grateful to the commission. I'm grateful to the city and all the employees that made that happen and for everybody attended. It was incredible. We really did a great job for Vet Fest. I also attended the Mayor's Roundtable, the State of the City. I thought the State of the City was really cool with the baseball theme in the stadium, everything. I think it was a really good time. I also completed the City Academy, and I look forward to doing it again. I missed out on a couple of the classes, but I would really like to do it again and see, what changes over the next year. But it's a great opportunity. If you haven't done it yet, it's really cool. It takes a couple hours Monday night for about, a handful of weeks, and get to learn about how the city operates and meet some of the people that make things happen. So it's a good time. And I also yesterday was able to attend the groundbreaking for the new police station annex that they're building. And it's going to be really cool. And I'm excited for our police department and the officers to be able to utilize that new facility. And so that's all I have. We'll go to staff reports.
Good evening, Chair, members of the Commission. Tonight, we have a very special presentation from my colleague Ashley from the libraries that she's going to present. But before she does, two quick things. Wanted to give the City of Surprise Sports, Entertainment, Culture Department, who applied and brought the wall that heals to Surprise. They did a phenomenal job. So I just want to publicly thank them. They worked every hour for days and days and days. And so they really provided a neat opportunity for our community. You know why that wall is there, lots of names on that wall. Memorial Day is coming up. So what we've liked to do in the past at this commission is take a moment of silence to remember all those who have fallen for Memorial Day. So if you don't mind joining me for a brief moment of silence. Thank you very much. All right. Without further ado, I'd love to introduce to you our main city librarian, Ashley, who's a phenomenal person. She's got a great vision. Can't wait to work with her more out of our new community resource center. But she came up with an idea and I wanted to bring it to the commission. And we're like, heck yes, come on in. So without further ado, let's give Ashley a warm welcome here.
Thank you. Good evening, Commission. Thank you so much for letting me come and party crash tonight. So a little history of what you're looking on your screen. Every year, the library, since becoming Surprise Public Library, we do a library card contest. Members of our community get a chance to put in entries. Our typical options, our winners, are youth, teen, adult categories. We have a city librarian's choice, which is very difficult every year, and mayor also gets a choice. But this year, to celebrate America's 250, we wanted to stretch the creativity of our community, and we offered up a new category to celebrate America's 250 here in Surprise. So all of our designs were put in. We took out the ones that were right around our America 250. City staff get to vote, and these are the top 3 of all the America 250 category, and we thought no better than you guys to vote on our #1 winner. So all of our winners will be announced at the June 2nd council meeting, and we'll have everyone come in, take pictures. We get to recognize our artists if you guys would like to join, but please take some time. If you'd like, you can vote publicly. If you guys want to talk it out, I'm okay with that. I also provided ballots if you want to be secretive of which one you're voting for.
So is there any? I was just going to say, we could just vote
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we'll just go down the line and everybody say
Perfect.
A, B, or C.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Can I ask a question
Yeah.
real quick? Are they all children or are these all children and adults?
They're
or-
children and adults.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Is everybody ready to vote? Yep. Allie, you want to fire it off?
Alrighty. I vote for C, Karina Lawrence. So it's okay to say
Yeah.
your name? Okay.
I vote for C as well.
C for me.
C for me as well.
B for me.
B.
And B for me also. B.
All right, it looks like we have a majority. So exciting. It's hard. It's very, very difficult. We this year we got over 200 entries, so it is wild to get it. But thank you guys so much. I think it is very important that our community gets to be a part of this and really get to show off in our library and honor our vets for America's 250. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you. Seth, is that all you have?
That's it. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm sorry.
awesome. So I'll open the call to the public,
Chair, we have none for this evening.
close the call to the public, and we'll move on to agenda item.
Agenda item 1, consideration and action pertaining to the April 8, 2026 Veterans, Disability, and Human Services Commission meeting minutes.
John, you think you have some input on that?
Yes, Chair. I have one change that I would like to make based on where Chuck was. I'd like to make his absence excused if possible.
Do we have to vote to change that or just vote on the agenda as amended?
Nope, just vote on the agenda as amended.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other inputs? Okay. So can I get a motion to approve the minutes as amended?
I make a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Number 2.
Agenda item 2, presentation and discussion pertaining to Not My Kid.
Hi, my name is Blythe, and I'm joined by my colleague Allison, and together we have the privilege of working for Not My Kid. Have you heard of us? Yes. Okay, great. We're based over kind of in the center of the valley around 53rd Street in Shea, but we get around. We service children and families all over the state, all the way up to Mojave County and came in Bullhead City down to south of Tucson and lots of work here in the valley. And we work with about 400 schools as well. But most of all, we're trying to help kids thrive and move towards positive choices in their life. And any parent in the room knows how hard it is to get a kid through school because there's so much more than studying. There's peer influence, there's internet safety issues to worry about. There's bullying going on, certainly different types of substances, whether it be alcohol or just a smorgasbord of other substances that can find their way to them. So we try to help kids avoid these choices and make positive choices. And we also have programs to help kids recover. And we bring the whole family together, and that's pretty unique for our programming. We bring both the child or the teen and parents together so that they can really support each other and move through this journey so they don't feel alone. And I'm going to let Allison talk about some of the fantastic work that her team is doing out in the community. She's doing the heavy lifting tonight.
Sweet, awesome. Well, thanks for having us. My name's Allison Tobod, and I'm a program manager here. So I support our team that are boots on the ground. We have team members across the valley every single day in schools having these important conversations. A lot of the times, right, parents, teachers have already had these conversations, but a different voice is very helpful. You know, you have to hear it multiple times. And so we're going to talk a little bit about who we are, why, what is the need, how we make a difference, what is our impact, and how we can partner. So who are we? We're Not My Kid. This is our building. I know that we're far, but we're mobile. We go where the parents are, where the communities that need us. And our hummingbird. You guys all had a treat of our hummingbird cookies tonight. And this is our mascot. And our mascot is small but mighty. Some of the things about a hummingbird, if you're not familiar, is that they will fly into the storm. To get into shelter, to get food. A lot of our staff members also have like really cool, unique connections to it. In the recovery community, the hummingbird is a huge source of strength, hope, and resilience. So we hope that families walk away feeling a little more hopeful, a little more strengthened, that they have resilience. So that's our little hummingbird. So we've been around for 25 years. We started from a family in need. They had the mentality, not my kid. My kid would never do drugs. Turns out their kid was doing substances. They were able to get their kid the help they needed. He's in full recovery. He's doing great. But they felt like their work wasn't done. A lot of people have that mentality. And we know that we hope we can claim that name back too, of no, not my kid, because we're having these conversations. And so our mission is to ensure that every kid thrives by inspiring positive life choices. A lot of our teens, a lot of our youth feel like they're stuck, right? We need to zoom them out. Hey, you have choices. There's choices in everything you do. So our model is that we go upstream for true prevention. And so this comes from a story, and I'll share it really quickly. There was a fisherman and he was downstream. And he noticed one day that there was a kid in the stream. He's like, okay, he pulled the kid out. The next day, 2 kids were in there. Like, what? Why are all these kids falling downstream? He goes upstream and he notices that there's this community where their houses weren't built strong. And so when the wind would flow, the kids would fall into the river. And so him and all of his buddies went upstream and they showed the community how to build these stronger houses to protect their youth. We don't believe in scare tactics. The things we talk about can be really scary, but we don't want to scare them. We want to give them knowledge and information to empower them to make those healthy choices. And then we really believe in connection. How do we build connection in the family, in the community, in the classroom? And sometimes that's hard, especially teenagers. I don't know if anyone's ever raised a teenager, but the cold shoulder, I don't want to talk to mom. And so how do we build that in a way? And giving more strategies. What I love about our programs is we go where the parents are or where the teachers are. What's working in your classroom? What's working in your home? Let's talk about it. What's working in the community? Because every community is different. Every child's different. And let's open up those conversations. So why do we exist? We pull a lot of our data and we're looking at the national research. One of our big partners is Partnership to End Addiction. They are one of the leading researchers in addiction, and they show us the stats of we're losing kids to fentanyl, we're losing kids to mental health issues, and so how do we just build more support in communities? And we know the teenage brain, right? It's still developing, teaching parents too what's happening in different stages, but also teaching our youth. Hey, this is what's happening in your brain. Giving them that knowledge that their frontal lobe is developing. They may think that they're full-grown adults, but teaching them just what is happening developmentally. And then risk factors, right? We want to protect our youth. We want to protect them from everything, and we can't always protect them that everything life's going to throw their way. But if we can recognize some of their risk factors that we're seeing, maybe it's a family history of substance use or mental health issues. Maybe there's trauma and abuse that they face. If we can identify those things, we can get them the support they need, whether through deeper services like clinical services. Is it more prevention education? Is it early intervention? So we can build protective factors where there's so many different layers, and we can talk about this and we talk about it in our programs. So I'm going to talk about our programs and how we make a difference. So we have a couple layers. We provide a full continuum of care. So we start at prevention from 5th grade all the way to 12th grade. We do this classroom style and assembly for students. And so we really make it driven of let's have a conversation. Our youth prevention specialists are trained to build that rapport, and they also have lived experience. So they are able to come in, and whether it's they're recovering from substances, they face a mental health challenge, they're able to share their story. And build that connection. For me, I do a lot of my work because I was a 14-year-old who really struggled with anxiety. School was really hard for me. And I get to go into schools and say, hey, I show up to school every single day. Now, as an adult, where it used to scare me to go. And so I use my lived experience, and a lot of us on staff have lived experience, and we leverage that. Parent presentations, we do this English and Spanish. We can do it virtually. We'll come in person. We'll do it for one parent. We'll do it for whoever. We really want to have those conversations. So faculty, professional development. We also have, rather than just one-time presentations, we have continuing presentations that are weeks long, which is our Botman's Life Skills. This curriculum's great. We can do middle school, high school, and then just juniors and seniors. And in those programs, we talk about managing stress, managing money. There's an interview lesson in there, and it's really fun to do the interviewing one. And we ask, like, what do you wear to an interview? And a lot of the times I'll have students come up to me and be like, I've never heard of a budget. I've never had these conversations. So it allows space to have those really important, critical conversations, because some of our youth may not be having those conversations at home for whatever the reason may be. Catch My Breath is our, this program's amazing. It's evidence-based and it's all around vaping. And so this one's hands-on. They're doing a lot of different activities. We're giving them knowledge. A lot of our youth also think that vaping is just water vapor. They don't realize all of the toxic things that are in a vape. We talk about how they market and target youth, these vaping tobacco companies, and then our resiliency groups. This one's more group style, smaller groups. We're having conversations. How do we be resilient? So that's prevention. And our early intervention programs that we have that will go into our Project Rewind, peer support, and third space. Project Rewind, I love this program. It's like our bread and butter, we say. And this is for students who are in early substance use phases. And so it can be used as a suspension reduction program, a diversion program, or it could be used as a prevention tool if there's a family that's just concerned, like maybe they found some substances on their youth, or they want to use it just for the preventative measure. And what's cool about this is parent and child have to do it together. So the first session is educational based. They're talking about what are substances, what's happening to the brain. And then the second session is really focused on communication and connection. How do we build communication? How do we build connection? A lot of the times, you know, just it's hard to have those conversations, and to help facilitate it and have youth and parents share together breaks down a lot of walls. And when there's, you know, they're in a group of it, they also don't feel alone. Parents don't feel alone, their students don't feel alone. And in that second session, they break up, and the youth will go with a peer support specialist, and then the adults will go with a parent coach. So parents will kind of talk, hey, what's going on? How can we support you? And oftentimes in that youth session, youth are opening up. They may be in further use, and our prevention specialist or our peer support specialists are able to be like, we need to get you more care. Let's get you into services. So that's our Project Rewind. We can offer this in person or virtual. And then third spaces. We always like to talk about third spaces, encouraging, especially in the community, hey, what are the different third spaces that you can be a part of? And it's important that, you know, youth feel like they belong at home, at school, but what's that other space of community? And so we always are like, what are, you know, different things that you can do within the community of Surprise that you can be a part of, and try out a bunch of different things. You don't know what you may like if you don't, you know, try it all. And then we have our behavioral health, which is our counseling services. So we offer a lot of different services, one-on-one therapy. We can offer this virtually too. We totally understand that Scottsdale's really far from Surprise. So we can do it virtually, but we also provide a service, family navigation, at the end, where at the end of the bullet point, where we're able to connect them to services in the community. You know, what is your insurance? How can we connect you to a provider that's closest to you, that works best for you? We may not have something, but what we care about is that they get the care that they need. So that is a little bit of our behavioral health. Just some other programs. I know it's kind of like drinking from a fire hose. There's a lot of programs that we offer. Our Project Connect one is our parenting. It's more, our clinicians have built this. It's more in depth about how do we build that connection with our youth. Our interns that are in school will sometimes run this, or our clinicians will run it. So opening up that conversation a little bit deeper is Project Connect. We can do this virtually. We can come to you. And then what is our impact? Just to wrap up a little bit about our services. So 88% of youth reported that they would have not vaped because of the information that they learned from Not My Kid. For this, over 12,000 hours were given back to the classroom because of schools using Project Rewind as a diversion program. How this typically works is if, you know, say they are suspended for 10 days being caught on campus with a vape, they will get, it will get reduced to 5 days, or whatever that works with the school, if the school wants to use it that way. And then this is from 2024 to 2025. Oh, the percentages are covered by the pictures, but 80% of youth were able to identify one trusted adult after a Not My Kid program. The biggest protective factor in a youth's life is a trusting, caring adult. And so at the end of all of our programs, we ask, who's that trusted, caring adult? And if you don't have one, we have this big, long list of it and of different adults that could be in their life. Like, if you can't pick one off there, come find us after, and we're gonna identify that trusted adult. Because when something comes up, we want youth to feel like they have an adult that they can go to connect them to their resources. 80% of youth reported that they learned at least one resource that they can help if they are in need. We have little resource cards that have 988 anonymous text lines on there. And then 2 out of 3 youth intended to use a new coping skill that they learned after our program. And 95% of parents and teachers learned how to support their youth best. So a lot of programs. This is our family navigation. You guys got folders with a lot of our flyers on there too. But I want to just open it up to any questions about Not My Kid that you have.
I just want to say thank you so much. We actually met Elena at the tour of the Resource Center.
Okay,
and so
awesome.
you guys will be in the new Resource Center, is that correct?
We hope to be. Yeah.
The space? Okay, fingers
We would
crossed.
love to be. We would
Okay.
love to be. Yeah.
Thank you for this presentation and
Thanks for having us. Really appreciate
for
it.
sharing. I had a couple questions. First, cost associated with this program for the counseling and for the therapy and things like that. So
Yeah.
is there a cost? Is it access? What Medicaid? What does that look like?
Yeah. So for our behavioral health side, we are on like the brink of access. We're like almost there, the last side of it. We also offer scholarships too. We really don't want to turn away a family if money's an issue. And so for those programs, we offer scholarships. We're almost there with access. And then for our Project Rewind class, there's no costs associated to families. And then prevention education, it kind of just depends on where grant funded, so where the grants, but most of the time we don't want to turn away a school or a family for programming.
And are you connected to with our Dysart schools? Have you?
Yeah, so I don't know if Elena has connected with you. I'm not on that side of things, but I know that there's been conversations that we are trying to get connected in there to be able to provide services.
We've been in ongoing dialogue with them, so we're
Yeah.
really hopeful about the fall
Okay.
for an exciting partnership to launch.
Okay. So the other question, I think I might have 2, but the one for IDD populations, how does your program work with our developmentally disabled populations? And are you working with any of those kiddos?
Yeah, we have done programming, and how we'll do that is, that's very, I think with every population in every community too, we ask how can we best serve this group? So is it more hands-on? Do we change our programming? What is the best? And so we haven't done a lot of work, but we will work closely with that contact of how can we communicate that the best way for this group of youth, this population. We know that between populations and also between schools too. Communities are different. The way that it's communicated is different. There's different needs in different classrooms. And so we really try our best to do that collaborative work together. We have coordinators that will set up with the teacher, with the social worker, whoever that may be, and ask those questions. What works best and how can we come in? So we try to be flexible because we know it's different and different, youth and different communities need to be communicated differently. And so we work really closely, and our team's very flexible and collaborative in that.
Wonderful, thank you. Last question. So this Catch My Breath program, very exciting, and thank you for sharing that you guys do that. And just wanted to put it out there because we do have a lot of group homes with our developmentally disabled kids. They're really struggling in this area. They're 13-year-old mindsets, and they are vaping a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering if there would be some consideration. I think it would be a great line for you guys to kind of reach out to those group homes to kind of work with them. Maybe that intervention could be really helpful, but I know here in Surprise that's a big, big problem. So it might be helpful to have that.
Thank you for telling us that.
Yes. So
Appreciate it.
thank you again for being here. This is wonderful.
Go ahead, Charlie.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As a retired first responder and former 7th and 8th grade teacher, this is a very real world problem, and it's a very long going problem. And so for you guys to be involved and to have the results that you have is just fantastic. I have a couple of questions. On your card, it mentions therapy dogs. Where do they come from?
Yeah. So we have some of our staff have therapy dogs and they've trained. And so Charlie is one of our like labs that we have, but we've also partnered. You might know their name. They just changed it. They used to be Gabriel's Angels. We'll like partner with them to have come in as well. And I know that they have, I think their paws, they just changed their name. But we have done some work with them. But then our staff members will come and bring their therapy dogs, and they've done training, gone through the certification.
Do you run short of service of therapy dogs? Can you use more therapy dogs?
We would always love more
Great.
therapy dogs.
Okay. Soldier's Best Friend
Okay.
in Peoria trains veterans to have service and therapy dogs. And I'm involved with them. So Soldier's Best Friend on North 75th Avenue in Peoria. That's be a fantastic resource for you. They have, I think they've already graduated 400 veterans with their service animal or therapy dogs. So that's a resource for you. And then the other one was, how often do you have to wait for an invitation to get in a classroom?
It's a couple of different ways. Normally, we're having our school contacts reach out to us and booking a presentation. So in the beginning of the school years, a lot of the times it's, just some of our partnerships that we've developed will reach out to us and we'll work best with their schedule. But our community partners team, which is FlySide, works really hard to also, connect with new districts, new schools, to be able, not even just schools, to organizations. We were at, a corporate wellness this morning. We were at Sprouts and we did a presentation there. We've done some at a library as well. We'll do some in the libraries. And so we'll go wherever is asked, but our strategic partnerships are always looking for new places.
Okay, and then my last question is, can you publicly speak about your funding? Where does your funding come from?
The vast majority of our funding is privately sourced. It's
Okay.
either individual donors of a variety of different levels, everything from $10 to $100,000. We have a lot of generous supporters who've been with us for a long time. And then grants. We do a fair amount of work in government grants, both city, county, and state. And then about half of our grant funding is coming from community foundations or family foundations. And some are based in other states, but wanting to support Arizona, and some are Arizona-based. We also have a small amount of fee-based revenue supporting our programs, but the majority is funded so that the participant doesn't have to pay. That's really important to us.
Have you turned down a child or a young adult because of funding or no funding for them? They don't need funding. The kids don't need funding. I'm asking a question.
I can't even think of a time when we've turned somebody down.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are two resources also that have funding or grants, Virginia Piper
Sure.
in City of Phoenix, and then the Hirschberger Foundation in the City of Phoenix. Those are two valuable resources that you can maybe tie into that would be very appropriate for something like this.
Thank you. We haven't approached Hirschberger, so that's a really good idea.
Yeah, Hirschbergers have a theater downtown.
Yeah. Or you know what, Herberger?
Pardon?
You're talking about Herberger?
Hamburger Theater.
Yeah. They do mostly the arts, but it's a great idea. We might be able to appeal to them. So thank you.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
And the city of Surprise. But thank you for being here. You guys are awesome, what you guys do. It's really needed all through the communities, all throughout the nation. I had a question with multiple. You guys do public, private, and homeschooling?
Yeah.
All of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We'll go
Okay. And do you guys connect with organizations like Young Life? Because they have elementary all the way up.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll connect with, faith-based organizations, other organizations, anyone that, youth and parents are there. We'll go and have those conversations. And so, yeah.
So you guys already connected with Young Life?
We're not connected with Young Life.
Okay, I'll connect you with you guys when we're done. Okay, and then,
Great idea. I was a Young Life participant myself way back when. That's a terrific idea.
okay,
We've had some recent relationship building that's been successful in some of the larger Christian churches around the valley. That's terrific. Thank you.
okay, you're welcome. And that was my other question. Do you guys connect with churches and youth
Synagogues
groups?
and- Yeah.
Yes, okay,
We're making some
excellent,
inroads there.
excellent. Excited about what you guys are doing. It's needed. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Real quick, thank you for being here today. Numbers do not lie. I'm very impressed about your numbers of keep doing what you're doing. And thank you.
It was a privilege to be invited. We just are really appreciative for being here. And please call with any questions or come visit. We hope to come back and visit you soon.
We appreciate you being here.
Yes, thank you. And thanks for the cookies.
Yes, thank you for the cookies. Moving on to agenda item number 3.
Agenda item 3, discussion pertaining to the details and results of VetFest 2026.
Oh, that looks good.
Good evening, Chair, members of the commission. I'm going to try to play the slideshow from VetFest while I talk about VetFest. How about that for multitasking?
Yeah, thank you.
Kudos to the Veterans Disability Human Services Commission. You guys really challenged the city to have a bigger event. And I think with this group and the VetFest planning, advisory planning group, I think one of the, the base goal was we had 1,000 people attend last year. Let's shoot for 1,250. And some of you were like, I think we can do better than that. So tonight we've got the official numbers of 2,600 people showed up at VetFest. So I think kudos to all of you. Let me see if I can get this going. If not, I'll just turn it off. But kudos. Year 3, this is our 3rd year of VetFest. Went from around 300 people the first year to 1,000 people last year to 2,600 people. There's obviously something is connecting with the organizations, with the people, with the community. And we've heard nothing but good things about this. So thank you for your vision to bring this forward. So as you know, this conversation came up through the Veterans Roundtable, and the commission here took it and ran with it, and the cities responded. So just want to say thank you. So for the people at home, this was our 3rd year. It was on April 11th. 2,600 people attended, over 130 vendors this year compared to 75 last year. How we did this was led by the city's Veteran Disability Human Services Commission. Special shout out to our VetFest Advisory Planning Committee. Many of you attended a lot of those meetings. And and we had generous sponsors. We had $15,000 worth of sponsors that came through. So if you don't mind, I'm going to publicly read them off because we love them and we want them to come back and we want them to double their investment. So just kidding. Not really. Okay, first, our presenting sponsor, again, America's Mightiest Warriors. They came in with the title sponsor. As you know, Debbie Lee's Surprise resident, nationally known nonprofit. It's just phenomenal to have her want to take the lead. She's already elbowing others out to still take the lead next year. It's incredible to have that type of support. So Debbie, if you're watching or if anyone can send her this link, thank you very much. But our other sponsors were APS, NCS Shirts, which stands for Not Service Connected, Garage Door Grunts, which is a veteran-owned business, Heritage Academy Pinnacle K-8 School out of Peoria, Pam Health Rehabilitation Hospital of Surprise, Wounded Warrior Project, Semper Fi Heating and Cooling, Charlie Health, True Blue Home Service Ally of Phoenix, Benevia, Wired, Habitat for Humanity, Behavioral Health Connections, Via Linda Behavioral Health Hospital, the Surprise Independent, and the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing Arizona Relay Service. What a diverse group of organizations that wanted to invest in VetFest, and it's because of the product that you all put together. So the staff, we put together a survey. We didn't get a lot of surveys from the event, except for the anecdotal stuff everyone talked about. And so we'll look at maybe doing something better next year. We had a QR code, but I think everyone was too busy having fun to stop and scan. But we did a survey with all of our vendors and our commissioners and our planning commission, or planning committee. And we, out of 5, ranked out of 1 out of 5, 5 being the best score you can get. The overall rating of VetFest was 4.63. So there's still room for improvement, but by all of the surveys that came in, really high marks. The highest ranked was registration. We know that before event was easy. During the event, man, some of you, I saw John, Olivia, so whoever's working the front, you guys were bombarded. So we've heard loud and clear, we need more support, welcoming people and our vendors to get them squared away. The pre-event communication was marked high, and then the event staff support was marked high. Some of you were able to attend the veteran roundtable. We had a nice debrief there. Overwhelmingly supportive comments at the veterans roundtable. We opened up for suggestions. We got some really great suggestions on how to fine tune some of the things. Overwhelmingly, people want to have it back at the stadium. We're working on that. We'll work with our partners at the stadium. It took a lot more walking for some, and so we've heard from a few people, but generally everyone loved it. The time of the year went well. That said, with the city's going through some kind of budget realignments, and so we may need to move VetFest into the fall. So we're going to talk about that later, but we'll bring that back to the commission for a variety of reasons. But overall, the attendance and the engagement, high marks. Logistics, high marks. Food trucks were an issue this year because of the volume of people. We had one food truck no show. They actually sent us a note after saying their truck broke down, and so they wanted to be there. But even if we had our other food truck, they still would have been bombarded. So I think we were probably prepared for 1,250, not 2,600 people. And I'll say our budget, with the support of this commission and the sponsorships, covered 100%. So we're not in a deficit. We're still getting invoices and some numbers crunching. But the last thing I'll mention, and then I'll open it up for feedback and direction. We heard loud and clear from the Veterans Roundtable, from the people that attended, that the enhanced children's activities, family activities were great, but they wanted even more. And so I think that's a challenge for us to do. What does that mean? What does that look like? Maybe Captain America needs bigger muscles. I don't know what that means, but we'll figure that out, and we'll go from there. So with that, I'd like to pause and just first thank you for pushing and challenging this idea of VetFest. Remember the first year when they were talking about having it a little small and kind of intimate, and then everyone said last year, no, let's grow it, and you guys really did. So most of the sponsorships, most of the vendors came from you and the VetFest Planning Committee and our nonprofit partners. So just a shout out to all of you. So with that, tonight we just want to give you a quick recap. We will be starting planning for next year already. So we will have the VetFest Planning Committee starting to meet, and you all will get an invite to that. We'll put that on the quorum list. So you were stuck with me this year, but Kara Poling will be the lead point of contact for next year. She's rocking in. She's ready to go. Everyone feels very good about what happened this past year. So with that, any comments, suggestions, ideas, feedback?
Mr. Chairman, one of the things that I did hear, Seth, going to the stadium versus the large park outside, is that the comments that I got back is that the park was just overwhelming last year, and it was just so spread out, and obviously at the stadium runway was tighter. It was a little more intimate, I guess. So it's just a thought that there are comments coming back about the runway versus putting it back out in the park, or if we do put it in the park, because we have to tighten the perimeter up a little bit, maybe.
Gotcha.
So that was a comment about that.
I think the major thing too with the stadium is the access. It eliminates some of the hardships for access in and out of the park. It's been an ongoing complaint for every event that happens out there. Wheelchairs and walkers, it's very difficult for them to gain access because of the lips and the rails.
You've had to help on this over at the wall that heals. We
Yeah,
had that.
and so there's that ongoing, regardless of what event. So it was very accommodating for everybody there at the stadium. If circumstances dictate that we're not able to use the stadium again, I think we might want to consider looking at another facility that would be able to accommodate. Because number one, the dirt, the grass, and everything can be a deterrent, and the access to Mark Coronado Park is a deterrent as well. So just if we need to look for other options, maybe there's another facility in the city that provides. I know we have those soccer fields. What's the new soccer field? The name of the new soccer fields?
Countryside?
Yeah,
Fields?
so that might be an option too. But I know that's utilized on a regular basis as well. So, but I think it has better access than Mark Coronado.
As far as access goes, one of the only complaints I heard was for the folks that were doing the static displays just outside the gate. When I gave them their food tickets, they were worried about walking all the way to the other side of the stadium. So if we do it again, we might want to think about putting some food trucks a little bit closer to that gate. And then if you spread them out, it won't be as crowded too. So
There's been a lot of discussion about the food trucks and
Yeah, good
trying
point.
to
We heard that loud and clear.
maybe put them at different locations, spread them out a little bit more, better access. And so, yeah, that's definitely, we heard that one loud and clear.
I just want to say that your team were awesome. We couldn't have done it without Parks and Rec. Your team as well, and very honored to be with the commissioners because we rocked it.
You guys did good. Did you see Victoria running all day? She ran,
she was
awesome.
She was awesome.
She was all over it. So nice work, Victoria.
Both
Shout
Victoria and Kara
Thank
were
you,
up
but-
all over the
Yes.
place.
But I have to tell you, you guys were. I mean, I don't know if you guys got a break either. You guys
No.
were working hard. So thank you. It takes a whole village, as you know, and I think you guys hit on something. There's something about this event that's special. I think it sets Surprise apart. We heard that loud and clear. We're not trying to outdo another city or anything, but it seems like the type of event that you guys put together worked. So we'll keep refining it and keep growing it. So just thank you for your support and all that. The city's behind you in that.
Thank you.
And just to be conscious of your time, any other quick questions or anything?
Thank you.
Thank
There's a
you.
lot more to come, but thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yeah.
Moving on to other business. I believe a couple folks had some other business they wanted to bring up. So, Charles?
Mr. Chairman, I was speaking with my VA counselor the other day, and we were going over some resources and services that are available for veterans, and he was totally unaware of the Surprise Resource Center and what services are provided at the Resource Center for veterans. And so I'd like to offer that perhaps a future meeting, we would have a supervisor or someone from the Surprise Resource Center come and give us an address about what services they provide for veterans and highlight that. And that was all I had was about that. Thank you.
I would be happy to put Omar on the spot and have him come in here. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I would like to invite Missing in America Project for future. What they do is they locate, identify unclaimed, and they also cremate the remains. They do a lot. So I would really like to get them here if we can. They're a nonprofit. Thank you.
And you're talking about the missing, like
Missing in America
MIA,
Project.
missing,
It's called Missing in America Project.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Veterans Recovery Program.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's the service members that are still missing in action.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other information? All right, so let's get a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned.